Hello everyone, this is Dr. Robert Kobylski, and please allow me to begin by hoping that this day finds you well, that your family is happy and healthy. I know these are certainly challenging times, but we're working very hard as a school district to meet your expectations and moving forward. But I thought it was also very important for me to give you a report on where things stand today. A lot has happened since last I've spoken with you. A lot of good things have happened since last I've spoken with you, so I'm looking forward to this message today. First and foremost, let me begin by echoing the comments of our civic leaders as well as our health officials to make sure that we're managing this crisis in its appropriate manner. And what I mean by that is proper social distancing, proper hygiene, making sure that you do everything you can to follow the CDC guidelines that have been put out there to keep us all healthy moving forward. I would like to emphasize that as a school district, all the decisions that we make, every conversation that we have, we always circle back to the very beginning, to the point that I'm making here right now, is that the reason we're in this situation is because of this virus. So we have to make sure that the decisions that we make and the actions that we take do not in any way contribute to any community spread of this virus. I know there's been some frustration in the community with regard to hoping for more meal sites and closing playgrounds and things like that, but we're doing that for the health and safety of our community, and I hope your patience and understanding would allow for us to continue to operate in that manner. I think it's very important that I take some time to acknowledge the work of many of the staff members here in our Davenport Community School District. I find that in trying times, the best and brightest come forward, and we're starting to see the best and brightest of our school system come forward in a whole host of contexts. Our meal service team, in terms of our food service staff, has been doing yeoman's work with regard to getting meals out to our community. Yesterday, we served over 13,000 meals to families in our district, and I think that's an extraordinary accomplishment, and our food service team must be congratulated for those efforts. Our custodians continue to do work in our buildings, making sure that the staff that is working in our buildings remains safe and healthy, and I appreciate all of their efforts to do so, putting themselves at risks. Our teachers over the last week and a half have put in a great deal of effort learning a brand new instructional learning platform. As I mentioned the last time I spoke with you, we've had an educational model that's lasted well over a century. And in the last 2.5 weeks, we've completely changed that model to go to a full online delivery system, which will be engaged starting next week. And we're very excited about that. And I'm very impressed with our teachers and the work that they've done to get us to this point in such a short period of time. Other pieces, administrative team, just framing all the work so that this is not chaotic work, is very coherent and very focused in terms of what we're doing. Our curriculum and instruction department has been instrumental in terms of burning the midnight oil, making sure that our students remain engaged with their learning apparatus moving forward into our next week. And again, there's a host of little stories that are behind the scenes that I think are important, but are indicative of the best and brightest of the Davenport School District coming forward. Our CTE teachers have volunteered to use our 3D printers to make face shields for our food service workers and for our custodians. At the bottom line, end of the day, everyone is stepping up within this district, and I couldn't be more proud, and you should be proud also as constituents of the district. I want to take just a few moments to give you some of the highlights of what is about to take place, because our district is about to transform next week into a brand new school system, which will be 100% online learning with the exception of a few packets that'll be delivered. Here's what I mean by that. Today, as a matter of fact, you probably will receive all of our information with regard to how to have your students connect with teachers in a Google Classroom format. We've worked very hard behind the scenes to put together essential learnings and lessons and planning and activities for students so that they can stay academically and intellectually engaged in their learning. And we're very confident that that work will kick off successfully next week. Instructions for parents and students and how to get connected with teachers that is course and content specific is going out as I'm speaking today, and I'm looking forward to that. So again, thank you for all the teachers for putting this together. Next week, all of our students will have an opportunity to interact with their teachers for the first time in a long time. I know there have been some emails going out, and we've done some beta testing with teachers who have reached out with video conferencing capabilities with some of their classrooms. We are taking that to scale next week as a school district, where every single grade level throughout our entire system will have an opportunity on a daily basis to check and see what activities are scheduled for that particular course, what video conferencing dates have been scheduled and times. We have teachers that are scheduling office hours at the high school level. So a whole host of things have been happening behind the scenes that are allowing for this rollout of this new online learning platform to start next week. So again, place close attention to your email. Most of our media will be going out via email, but we'll use every single opportunity that we have as a school district to communicate with our families, especially those that have accessibility issues, so that we can begin instruction again next week and have those activities for students where they can become academically and intellectually engaged. So we're very excited about that starting next week. I did bring up the accessibility piece. We do know that there are families that still struggle to find connectivity within their homes. We will be passing out paper packets at our meal sites for those families to come. All they have to do is say, here's the grade level of a packet that I need, and we will have someone at our meal sites who will be able to distribute those packets. We're also working with local media providers. Media Comment specifically has an opportunity that we'll be sharing with our families that would allow for access to the internet. Again, our goal is to present as much engagement as we possibly can and opportunities for our families to connect with their teachers now that we have the learning platform for that to happen. So we're very excited about moving in a positive direction. We do have mobile hotspots that we've purchased as a school system. Those will go to our most neediest families. We've also boosted our broadcast Wi-Fi signal at many of our schools, and the specific schools with that Wi-Fi signal boost will be pushed out to families so that you have an opportunity that if you want to hop in your car and get close to the school and get on our internet, we have to do it in a way, again, that's safe. Please don't get out of your cars because we have to practice the social distancing piece. That's very important. But you will have an opportunity to connect, and we're looking for multiple means to do that, and we'll continue to explore all the options and opportunities that we do have for that. Moving forward, our dual enrollment courses with Eastern Iowa Community College are also starting on Monday, and information is being pushed out to all the students that are involved in those courses, and we're very excited to have that up and running. So at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, parents, students, I'm pleased to report to you that in my frame of mind, school resumes on Monday. School's going to look a heck of a lot different. Yes, there'll be video conferencing. There'll be a lot of emailing back and forth. It's certainly not going to be that face-to-face human touch that we've had in the past, but we're going to do our level best to continue educating our students moving forward. I know there are a few other questions that are floating out there that still need answers, and we're working on those. First and foremost in our mind is how are we going to take care of our seniors who are very concerned about what are we doing with third quarter? What's fourth quarter going to look like? Graduation, all those pieces. What I will tell you all is to rest easy knowing that our goal is to mimic what we're seeing in our university systems. And the language they're using is we will hold students harmless. And that goes for our seniors also. We are anticipating a waiver from state officials that would allow students who, for example, were scheduling their CPR or their government class for the fourth quarter of their senior year to have a waiver from the state and not have to have those classes required. We will be going in front of our school board, taking a look at our graduation requirements for this cohort of seniors, and if we have to scale that back, we will do so. We will not hold back any seniors from graduation due to this coronavirus. I will state that unequivocally, and hopefully that will allow you to sleep a little bit better. The details of that will be coming forward very soon. When it comes to graduation, it certainly hasn't been canceled, but I think given the circumstances, graduation may and probably will look a heck of a lot different this year than it has in the past. I'd be very open to any of the creative ideas that I'm starting to see float around the nation with regard to how to handle this, because it is a milestone in students' lives, and we want to do something to celebrate that. Grades are also an important piece. We didn't quite have an opportunity to finish the last week and a half of third quarter. We're in a process of making a recommendation to the school board where those third quarter grades will either be a pass or an incomplete. The reason it would perhaps be an incomplete for students that perhaps weren't doing well in their course, we need to get more guidance from the state as to what the remedial work would look like and how they perhaps could improve their grades. Again, we would like to hold our students harmless for a situation that was something that they didn't cause and we have to deal with, and as adults, we'll find positive solutions for that. So essentially the big news is we begin our online learning on Monday. We're very excited about that, and I know our team is very excited to start engaging with their students once again. And as a family, I'm sure you are also. It is my hope that this next phase will feel a little bit more normal than what you've been experiencing over the last few weeks. So again, I'm hoping you're all well. I do believe that very soon the day will come where our buses will be rolling. Very soon the day will be here when our teachers will be greeting students in their classroom. And very soon I'll have an opportunity to see you face to face. That day is coming. I'm very optimistic of that. I appreciate your patience over the course of the last few weeks. It's been a daunting task to recreate our business model as an educational institution, but we've done it, and I'm excited to be here with you today, and I hope to share more great news with you next week. So again, have a wonderful weekend, and please be well.